that.
I guess first off, man, just you've had an off week now, but you started season 6-0, and just what's the team vibe, what's the defense vibe getting through this first half of the season without a loss on the record?
Honestly, we're proud of ourselves. Honestly, we're proud of ourselves and what we've accomplished so far, but we're taking it 1 week at a time. It's a 1 week season. Each game, we're going in with the same mentality. We got to do what we need to do defensively and offensively. So we're not trying to get too deep into the record right now. We still got a long season to go. But, I mean, we're still proud of ourselves for what we've accomplished.
What's an off week look like for you guys? And, maybe when you're kind of working individually, what's that look like when you got a little more time to maybe look at past games or kind of look at your game and what you want to do better in the second half?
For us, it was getting a little bit of the game plan in. And then, I mean, you get to develop some of the younger guys, get them more reps, and you get the little rest that you need midway through the season. We definitely needed our rest. But, I mean, we still grinding. I mean, we still going out there every day trying to get better, take it one day at a time, and get the little extra film in when we can. Get caught up in schoolwork like with midterms and stuff. So this week was kind of like a reset almost, kind of get ourselves back on our feet, get rested up because we got a tough end of the season coming up.
You guys play a Syracuse team that kind of found its identity running the ball a lot. You're pivoting into a team that runs the ball a lot. What lessons from that Syracuse game carries over into this matchup you have on Saturday?
This taking from that going into this week, we got to be very disciplined, know our assignments, and be where we're supposed to be. That's pretty much the big takeaway for us going in this game. We got to be very disciplined, be where we're supposed to be. If we do that, then we'll have success.
Coach Clausen's mentioned the team's turnover margin a few times now. During his press conferences, and obviously a big part of that is what you guys have been able to do on defense. What is it about this team, maybe the personality of it, the way it executes, that has been able to generate the turnovers it has in the first half of the season?
Turnovers is gold here. I mean, we value turnovers so much. We work on it every day. We have our own little station where we work on ball disrupt, and we kind of carry that into each week. It almost becomes an instinct now. Anytime we get the opportunity to get the ball back, strip the ball, pick it off, be where we're supposed to be, it's kind of something that we kind of don't even think about no more. We just go into each game, and when the opportunity presents itself, we're capitalizing. And that's just with each and every one of us.
Yeah, is it hard to, so maybe in your position where you're running to make a tackle and want to try to go for a strip at the same time, how long do you think it takes you to maybe make that a natural reaction as opposed to, hey, I'm thinking about wanting to make a strip and that kind of messing up what you're trying to do to actually make contact in the first place?
I mean, it doesn't really take long.
Yeah.
Going into the season, like fall camp, I mean, we getting that repetition in. It's just based off repetition. Eventually, you will do it without even thinking. Like sometimes you would make the tackle and be like, oh, shoot, I stripped the ball. Or you go in to make a tackle and you just notice that you punched it. Like with me, I rarely be knowing that I'm doing it. It just clicks. I may go in and make a tackle and then it's a habit.
Awesome. We'll turn it over to Zoom.
Hey, Traveon. You guys are talking about turnovers and creating turnovers, and that's been kind of a hallmark of Wake Forest over the last several years. And I know from being there, you guys really focus on that in practice. But yet there's no turnover chain. There's no turnover championship belt. There's no gimmicks to go with this. What are your thoughts about that, Traveon?
We definitely need to get something like that. We've been thinking about it. I know a group of us been thinking about what we should do, but that's just something we just kind of late getting into. We too focused on causing the turnovers rather than celebrating them.
Do you think that's something you could get buy-in from Coach Clausen on?
We could if we press hard enough to get some, we probably could.
Now, Travion, we talked when early in the spring, we talked, me and you and some of the other reporters, about the reasons why you came back for the season. And you said you had some specific football goals that you had in mind, but you wouldn't divulge at the time. How are you going in terms of fulfilling those goals?
Just know I'm working on something.
What is the something, Travion?
Hey, I mean, you can kind of see with my place lately, so just know I'm working on something.
I mean, you forced 4 turnovers yourself so far this season. Surely being disruptive was part of those goals, right?
You can say that.
Anything else?
Oh, that's one more. Tracy, I'm just kind of growing in that rover position that you've been in. What's that been like just that you evolve as a player in this defense and specifically in that role and having you create out of it?
I mean, I've been here. I've played a lot of football, so put me in different positions. Playing that position kind of comes natural now. Been doing it for a while, so it kind of fits me a little bit. So I'm just having fun with it, going out there and enjoying. I know what I'm doing. It's not too stressful mentally, and I'm just going out there and playing now. Everything just comes natural.
When you started to get the opportunity in that position, or when they like started talking to you about that, like, did you know almost immediately that like this fits my skill set?
No, it took me a minute. I kind of was trying to figure out how to go about the position, where I could use my abilities to best suit the position. So it took me a minute, took me a few games, and from there it kind of clicked.
Is there a game you had in mind, like when you're talking about getting more natural with it?
Uh, Not an actual like specific game, more like midway through the season. I kind of when I first moved to that position, I kind of caught the grasp of it.
You guys all good?
Yeah, I got one more thing. Travion, you have been around a while and you've seen a lot of stuff in your years here. 6-0, and you guys talk about the way that you're handling it. What about on campus? Are you getting more recognition from the students? Are you getting more involved with conversations about football with other people that, as opposed to previous years? Is there any kind of different feeling around school?
I'm But I know from my experiences, like even outside of campus, I definitely get praised. I definitely get a lot of fans asking me, "Oh, don't you play football? Yeah, y'all doing good, whatnot." I definitely get a lot of campus. Now, I can't really say about on campus. I'm not even really on campus much.
Okay, that's valid. Appreciate
Travion,
that.
what are some of the keys in the secondary in this upcoming game against Army? What is the keys for you all to have a successful day?
Being disciplined and knowing our assignments. You can't get lazy with your eyes. You can't be lazy with your discipline. You can't even take a play off, because you take one play off, then it's gonna be one explosive play that could end up being a touchdown, a big difference between the games. So it's basically our discipline and knowing what we're supposed to do. That's what we're really stressing this week.
Anything else? All right. Thanks, Trey.